Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about a term that you hear a lot on podcasts and in lectures, which is envelope of motion. And in terms of how we finish cases in orthodontics, um, in terms of also just failure of failure of periodontics later, failure of bite later, orthodontic relapse, issues with the TMD and TMJ, just failures in general. So a lot of y'all are relying on your Clinchecks and stuff to finish cases and you're not really checking the overjet at the end. You might be like relieving the occlusion and stuff. Okay, I don't have anterior contacts, but the bite is way, way, way too tight. And a lot of times these cases are deep bite cases or have retroclined incisors, which can be very difficult and time consuming and sometimes impossible to fully fix in adults. Much easier to do in kids, which is why I tell you do phase one interceptive, fix the bite problems when they're little. It's so much easier. Then you won't have these problems in adult. Yeah, surprise how that works. But anyways, neither here nor there. If we missed the boat and we didn't fix problems in a kid, we're going to have to fix some problems in adults. And a lot of times these become TMD cases and or pros cases afterwards. And we talk about envelope of motion. So let me explain that to you a little bit more the best I can. And obviously I'm not COIS trained. I'm not going to drop 20,000 to take some of these courses or anything because I get it. I know I need overjet. Now, in a growing kid, yeah, you need overjet for wiggle room because they might grow, right? But let's talk about an adult not growing anymore. A lot of you are just finishing your cases just way too close, and then you're getting strange relapse that's happening, mobility, perio issues, and you're like, why is that happening? And I'm looking at the case going, well, because you didn't create enough overjet and you have no envelope of motion. It's just basic stuff. So I'm going to kind of give you a little more information the best I can. This is not from my own words, but I think better to read what I wrote than try to botch it. So, in orthodontics, achieving a small amount of overjet, functional overlap, while avoiding heavy anterior contacts in MIP is the hallmark for a functional finish. This is critical for protecting the TMJ, preventing TMD, and preventing teeth from the dynamic forces of the envelope of motion. So, you need to have harmony in your envelope of motion. So, the idea is that you don't just bite down like up, down, up, down, up, down, right? That's not how we bite. We move around, right? There's all kinds of shifts and lateral ways we need to move, and we shouldn't be colliding with front teeth while we do that. So we got to have freedom of movement, no interferences. If the upper and lower incisors are in tight contact with zero overjet or minimal overjet, they act as a physical wall, which can cause trauma and cause issues in the TMJ, TMD. We don't want there to be a posterior squeeze where there's almost like a shift backwards in order to close down. And that's what tends to happen when you don't have envelope of motion. And then that can cause more issues and more inflammation in the jaw joints. So also we want to have some type of anterior guidance so that there's disclusion of posterior teeth um, in the closing of the bite, right? So and some type of stability as well. So make sure you're finishing your cases with enough overjet. Remember, the engines are not going to do that for you. You have to actually ask for it, which may involve torquing those front teeth as well. Pick your plans wisely. Sometimes you guys are underdoing your IPR or you're picking cases where it's impossible to finish with an envelope of motion without taking out a lower incisor or extracting lower teeth. And you guys are getting frustrated because you can't finish your cases and you're getting a lot of relapse. So honestly, the reason for most of y'all's relapse is lack of envelope of motion and poor treatment planning, in my opinion. All right, thanks.